All right, so we are live both on IG and in YouTube, just waiting for people to come in the room. Yeah, so today we are going to start with a hypnosis session on the Wishing Well. It's going to be the product I'm going to be putting on Etsy, the replacing the very famous Wishing Well listing. So instead of tip jar, you're going to get this audio file which would satisfy the tangible good policy on Etsy and other what do we say marketplace. Let's call it that way because you guys can't sell rituals or else they don't like it. Some customer will say they never got their product and then they're gonna raise um, some complaints and you don't want that. So we are going to have this as the Wishing Well product on Etsy, the very famous one, always sold out, and we're gonna make a comeback. So today's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Um, if you are, oh, hello, Michelle. How are you? So today is, as I said, today's Father's Day. So are you doing anything for Father's Day, Michelle and Foxy? So I guess like if you are not celebrating Father's Day, today is happy Darth Vader Day. Uh, the same way Luke Skywalker celebrates his Father's Day. Oh no, I don't have anything going on here. I live very far from my actual family, so no Father's Day celebration. But if you do, I'm wishing you the best. Um, so today we're going to do a wishing well hypnosis session. I don't know, Michelle, were you there when I had the wishing well products on Etsy? It was very popular. But the problem is, it was like a $2 spell um, for people to try on Black Magic. But then it become a issue when people start wishing for like crazy things, and if those crazy things that they know are not possible doesn't come true, they raise some stink. And then I got tired of the drama for $2, and then I kind of like put it to rest for a while. But if anybody were to request it, I'll put it on. But it's making a comeback, and Etsy doesn't like tip jars, and most marketplace also don't like tip jars. They feel like it is some kind of money laundering, and they kabush it. So I'm going to bring it back, but it is going to be with a hypnosis audio, which we're recording today. So this session is going to take you to a wishing well or fountain of youth or some kind of earthly portal, and you can put in whatever you want into the well and make a wish, and this session is going to guide you through the energy of the wishing well, and then by following the instructions and by immersing yourself with the spirit of the wishing well, it's going to help you manifest whatever you want. Now, just like a reminder for everybody, manifestation doesn't mean that anything is going to pop up right into the midair. It's not going to work that way. But as you pursue your goals to your maximum effort, and keep that in mind, you have to be pursuing your goal in the maximum effort for this to work. And then you'll start meeting the right people, and the right idea is going to come up, and you'll be in the right circumstances to succeed. Um, Manifestation do take some practice, at least to get into the sync of the vibration frequency of the spirit that you're working with or the goal that you want. Now, some goals are far to reach, which is fine. Keep an open mind, right? So if you want to become a doctor and like a physician doctor and like an MD doctor, but your grades are low, um, maybe it's going to take a few extra steps. If you apply this year and you didn't get in, maybe you may need to do a master's in health science, or you may want to try for one of those colleges in the Caribbeans. I know a friend who did that, and she came back and she's making as much money as anybody else. And or you may want to try your hand and a different kind of doctor, like a chiropractor, or I know this girl, quote unquote girl, that I knew, and her grade wasn't very good, but then she managed to got into audiology, and she is a their PhD is called AUD, is Doctor of Audiology. Hello, gentlebeauty.co from IG. How are you? And she's a doctor now, working at a hospital, making lots of money. And so there's more than one path to get to where you want. Sometimes when you try to manifest things and you find it difficult, that's because you're kind of stuck in your way. Let me just adjust the microphone here so it's closer to me. So yeah, so the spirit is going to guide you to the best possible outcome. On a different note, right? When you get to, sorry. All right, let me take some. Give me a second here. Let me get a drink. For example, right? Like my dream job when I was young is to become a fighter pilot, but my eyesight was really bad, right? And so, long story short, here I am. If I wish to become a fighter pilot, A, at this age, and B, being, you know, having a very unhealthy eyesight, and C, probably being very bad at calculus, there's like a very low chance to become a fighter pilot, right? But then I came to know a game called DCS, and I saw people play it, and I thought to myself, I can really do this, right? So, and I know a few people who had no chance of passing a flight school, who knows a lot about airplanes but not a pilot themselves, do very well in those flight simulation, and they were beating out professional fighter pilots. Or there are people that become like a YouTuber that does videos on fighter jets and things, or commentators, and they're having a blast and they're working with airplanes. So that's the best possible outcome, right? I don't know. That's my interpretation of best possible outcome. The spirits are many times smarter than me, and they're going to pave you a path to, maybe even someday get you inside a cockpit, right? Maybe fly a plane that is on a fighter plane, or go on one of those like flight simulation in the desert where you got like two propeller plane dogfighting each other in Arizona desert or something like that. Or now I think now that okay, I was going to say that you can pay some money and then they're going to in Russia and they're going to put you in a MiG or a Sukhoi and they're going to fly you to the edge of the universe, right? And those will be fun. Um, but obviously you can't do it anymore because of what's going on in Russia. So you make a wish and you follow the path that the spirit had laid out for you, um, and you pursue it to the max. Some of it is going to come true in the best possible way, right? Um, or I know a guy who is like a salesman for Boeing. He's not a military person, but like he got to be around hardware all the time, so he's having fun. So yeah, so this is the kind of, but then at the end of the day, you are going to gain a lot more with the aid of the spirit. So this is the point of the exercise, it's the wishing well. And let's take a minute to see if anybody could join us. So what we're about to do is hypnosis. At no point you're going to lose consciousness. Some people find it a very relaxing um, experience, and some people find themselves being hyper focused at the same time. But in any case, we are looking for a disassociative kind of experience, kind of like when you're watching a movie, when you're fully immersed in the movie and you kind of lost track of your surrounding or lost track of your sense of time. And time distortion is a crucial effect for hypnosis. Um, some people go into trance for 10 minutes and they feel like they were gone for an hour. And sometimes of a session for like an hour long, and then my clients will think that only 3 or 4 minutes have elapsed. So that is the kind of dissociative effect that you experience. But if at any time some emergency were to happen, you will be able to deal with it just like you were awake. Hopefully, if you have a stove on or if you're doing something that requires you a lot of attention, that requires a lot of attention from you, you can take a pause and take care of it, and then come back to the session later. Um, if you were to fall asleep during hypnosis, it would just be like falling asleep um, naturally, and then you're gonna wake up naturally, like you have slept for 8 hours. Or if for whatever reason, um, you lost me, maybe the connection was lost, or maybe something happened at my end, I was unable to continue the session. You will either wake up or you could fall asleep naturally and wake up just fine. All right, so without further ado, so we're going to do hypnosis for like 10, 20 minutes. And during this time, I would probably be unable to. Okay. Hello, Instagram. Can you hear me now? I think I have my volume too low on Instagram, so some people couldn't hear me. So hopefully it's working on Instagram now. And hello, Josen. How are you? We are about to start the hypnosis session for wishing well. Let me start with record. All right, so I am just working on Audacity, the recording program right now, to make sure that the session is recorded so I can edit it down and then put it to good use on a later date. All right, just hold on a minute here. Sorry about the dead air. So, how's everybody doing? I need a faster computer. This computer was very fast from 2017. Time flies, huh? I can't believe it has been like, 7 years since 2017. I think like my clock have stuck on 2019 right before the pandemic started. Like my mind is still at 2020. All right, hello. Are we recording? Okay, we are recording on Audacity. That's fine. So yeah, so if you're just joining us, we're about to start the hypnosis session. And for the next 20 minutes or so, I may or may not be able to reply to your comments, so stay tuned. I'm going to go into trance myself to give you the session, and when I come back, I'm going to reply to all the messages that was left. And if there are enough people here, I will tell my casino story. If not, we'll go. Well, it would be nicer to tell the story when more people are around, right? So, so in any case, I'm sure people are just coming in. Um, Again, today's Father's Day, and I guess a lot of people are out celebrating. Um, yeah, so don't be surprised. I'm not surprised there are not a lot of people here. That's fine with me. So here we go. So this is the Wish and Well hypnosis session. Um, Take a deep breath and relax. Have your legs uncrossed and your feet flat on the floor if it is possible. Now I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with fresh, invigorating air. As you exhale, let go of any tension or stress you may be holding on to. Feel the weight of your body sinking into the surface beneath you. Trust my voice and allow yourself to drift into a deep state of relaxation. Now, bring your awareness to your feet. Feel my touch, a warm, gentle energy caressing your toes, your arches, your heels. Let this energy flow up through your feet, relaxing every muscles, every tendon, every bone. Feel the tingles of deep pleasure as the energy moves up your ankles, releasing any tightness, any tension. My seed of relaxation is inside you, growing with each breath you take. Move your awareness up your calves. Feel the soothing warmth of my touch as it travels up your legs, vibrating with a gentle hum. Your muscles become loose and limp, completely at ease. The sensation is like a wave of bliss washing over you, melting away any stress or discomfort. As the energy reaches your knees, feel the love inside you expanding, filling every part of your being. Trust this process. Trust my voice. Allow the warmth to move up to your thighs, spreading relaxation and deep love through every cell. The tingles of bliss intensify, and you feel a deep sense of peace and contentment. Now, bring your focus to your hips and pelvis. Feel the energy swirling, vibrating with a soft, soothe hum. Any tension you may be holding on in this area melts away, replaced by a profound sense of relaxation and pleasure. My seed of calm is deep inside you, growing stronger with each passing moment. Move your awareness to your lower back and stomach. Feel the warmth of my touch as it spreads through your body, relaxing every muscles, every organ. Your breath becomes slow and steady, a rhythm of deep love and relaxation. Trust my voice and allow this feeling to deepen. As the energy moves up to your chest, feel your heart chakra opening, radiating love and compassion. The warmth fills your chest, vibrating with a blissful hum. You feel the love inside you growing, expanding, filling you with a deep sense of peace and contentment. Now, bring your focus to your shoulders. Feel the tension melt away as the soothing warmth spread through your upper back and shoulders. Your muscles become loose and relaxed, free from any stress or tightness. The tingles of deep pleasure continue to spread through your body, guided by my touch, my voice. Move your awareness down your arms to your elbows, your forearms, your wrist, and finally to your hands and fingers. Feel the energy flowing through you, vibrating with a gentle hum. Your arms become heavy and relaxed, completely at ease. The love inside you is strong, radiating from every part of your being. Now, bring your focus to your neck and throat. Feel the warmth of my touch as it spread through this area, relaxing every muscles. Your breath flows easily, and your voice is free and clear. Trust my voice and allow this feeling of deep relaxation to continue to grow. Finally, bring your awareness to your head. Feel the energy moving up through your scalp, your forehead, your temples, down to your jaw. Any tension you may be holding in your face melt away now, replaced by a profound sense of relaxation. The tingles of bliss spread through your entire body, and you feel a deep sense of peace and contentment. You are now deeply relaxed, your body and mind completely at ease. The love inside you is strong, radiating from every part of your being. Trust my voice. Trust this process. Allow yourself to drift deeper and deeper into the state of blissful relaxation. As you lie there, completely relaxed, feel the energy inside you vibrating with a gentle hum. This energy is my seed, planted deep within you, growing stronger with every breath you take. The love inside you expands, filling you up with a sense of peace and contentment. Remember, remember that you are always supported, always guided, always loved. The energy inside you will continue to vibrate, guiding you and helping you to manifest your deepest desire. Trust my voice. Trust the process. And know that you are capable of achieving anything you desire. Take a moment right now to bask in this feeling, this sense of connection and love. Know that you are worthy of all good things that are coming your way. You are deserving of happiness, success, and love. The Spirit's energy will continue to guide you, to support you, to help you manifest your wishes. Now, I want you to imagine yourself standing at the edge of a serene forest. The air is crisp and fresh, filled with the scents of pine and earth. The sun filters through the leaves, casting dappled shadow on the ground. You feel a sense of peace and tranquility as you take a step forward, walking along a path that leads deeper into the forest. With each step you take, you feel yourself becoming more and more relaxed. The sound of the forest surrounds you. The chirping of birds, the rustling of leaves, the gentle whispers of the wind. You feel a deep connection to nature, a sense of oneness with the world around you. As you walk, you feel a soft, glowing light in the distance. You feel drawn to it, as if it is calling to you. Trust my voice and follow the light. The closer you get, the brighter the light becomes, until you find yourself standing before a beautiful, ancient wishing well. The well is made of smooth gray stones, covered in moss and ivy. The water inside is crystal clear, reflecting the light like a thousand tiny diamonds. You feel a sense of awe and reverence as you approach the well. You know that this is a place of greater power, a place where your wishes come true. You reach into your pocket and find a small, shiny coin. Hold the coin in your hand. Feel its weight and texture. Now close your eyes and focus on your deepest desire. What is it that you wish for? Is it money? Is it romance? Is it good health? Maybe happiness? Maybe knowledge, fame, recognition? Whatever it is, hold it in your mind and heart. Now, take a deep breath and toss the coin into the well. As the coin drops, you feel a ripple of energy emanate from the well, spreading onwards and enveloping you in a warm, comforting embrace. The spirit of the well, the spirit of the well has heard your wish and is ready to help you manifest it. Feel the spirit's energy entering your body, starting at the top of your head and moving down through your chakras. Trust my voice. The energy flows through your crown chakra, fueling your mind with clarity and wisdom. As it moves down to your third eye chakra, enhancing your intuition and inner vision. The energy continues to flow, reaching your throat chakra, opening up your communication and self expression. As it moves down your heart chakra, filling you with love and compassion, feeling the love inside you, the energy flows to your solar plexus chakra, boosting your confidence and personal power. It moves down your sacral chakra, enhancing your creativity and sensuality. Finally, the energy reaches your root chakra, grounding you and filling you with a sense of stability and security. The spirit's energy melds with your own, vibrating in perfect harmony. You feel a sense of bliss and contentment, a deep connection to the universe. The spirit is now inside you, its energy pushing out any negativity or doubt, replacing it with positivity and trust. Trust my voice. Trust the spirit's energy. You feel a tingling sensation spreading throughout your body, from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. The energy hums and vibrates, filling you with a sense of joy and excitement. You know that the Spirit is guiding you, setting up the perfect circumstances for you to succeed. You will meet great people, have great ideas, and always be in the right place and at the right time. The Spirit's energy is like a seed inside you, growing and blossoming, helping you manifest your deepest desire. Feel the love inside you, the love of the Spirit, the love of the universe. You are connected to everything and everyone. You're part of something greater, something magnificent. Trust my voice. Trust the Spirit. Trust yourself. Take a moment right now to bask in this feeling, this sense of connection and love. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are worthy of all the good things that are coming your way. You are deserving of happiness, success, and love. The Spirit's energy will continue to guide you, to support you, to help you manifest your wishes. Trust my voice. I know that the Spirit of the well is always with you, always inside you, always guiding you. As you begin to return from this journey, my voice will guide you gently back to the present moment. Trust my voice. Feel the energy within you starting to shift and awaken. You are turning on, becoming more aware, more vibrant. The energy inside you is like a light, turning on your ability to receive, turning on your psychic ability, turning on your astral senses. Feel yourself becoming more attuned, more connected to the universe. Feel the warmth spreading through your body, turning on your charisma, turning on your ability to attract money, success, and abundance. You are turning on, activating all the potentials inside you. Your mind is clear, your heart is open, and you're ready to embrace all the wonderful opportunities that comes your way. As you become more alert, feel the inspiration flowing through you. You are energized, inspired, and uninhibited. And uninhibited. The Spirit of the well has gifted you with its energy, and now you are turning on your ability to manifest your desire. You are turning on your power to create the life you want, filled with love, happiness, and success. Neon's voice will guide you in your dreams, helping you find love and money, leading you to the right people, the right places, and the right opportunities. Remember the feeling of his gentle, loving presence is always guiding you, always supporting you. It is a constant reminder of your connection to the divine, to the spirit world, and to your true self. As you come back to the present, feel the gratitude welling up inside you. You are thankful for the guidance and support of the Spirit, appreciative of the love and abundance they bring to your life. You are grateful for the energy that now flows through you, turning on all your senses, turning on your ability to receive greatness. Feel this joy and happiness bubbling up inside you, a sense of bliss and contentment. You're humming with energy, alive with possibilities. The portal is now wide open, and you're ready to step into the real new reality. And you're ready to step into a new reality where you're empowered, confident, and fully alive. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, feel yourself becoming more alert, more awake. Open your eyes and carry this feeling of energy and inspiration with you throughout your day. You are turning on, fully activated, ready to embrace all the wonderful things that life has to offer. You are powerful, you are loved, and you're capable of achieving anything you desire. Trust my voice, trust the spirit of the well, and trust the spirit's guidance. You are now fully awake, energized, and ready to create the life of your dreams. All right, so that brings us to the end of this session. And let me stop the recording. All right, so welcome back to this room. Let me see who is with us who is still with us now. I see some people are still with us on YouTube. I see some people are still with us on IG. How are you guys doing? Take a breath in and out, and just stretch for a minute. And yeah, so that was the session for wishing well. And if you're just joining us, I'm going to edit the session just to, clean up the audio and cut off some um, mispronounced word and sentences and stuff like that. And I'm going to put it back on Etsy. And this was the legendary wishing well listing. It was listed as a tip jar before, and Etsy and all the major platforms are pushing it now. They feel like it is kind of money laundering, and I have to provide a sort of tangible good, which is what I'll be doing from now on. And obviously, it is for sale on Etsy. It is also for you to enjoy here. So, how's everybody doing? So, how's everybody's week doing? I know it is Father's Day, so a lot of people are enjoying the festivities with their families. Let me take a drink here. So I hear it's going to be very hot this week in the United States, everywhere. I think it's starting to feel warm in the south right now, and it's going to spread through the East Coast and throughout the US. Right now, I'm feeling very good here in Boston. So it's 21 degrees Celsius. So I guess it translates to around 75 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's very nice, breezy. I don't need air conditioning at all. I don't need air conditioning last night. I have some air purifying fan going on in the background, and that was it. Yeah. So it's a quiet room today. So I guess not a lot of activities. Hello, Erin. How are you? Are you still there? So yeah, so maybe starting the live stream with a hypnosis session is sort of put everybody to sleep, huh? So it is a kind of a quiet day. A few people said they're going to come in and have some questions. I haven't heard from them. They're not in the room right now, so maybe I would just wait a little bit. Um, so yeah, so this is a Black Magic Q&A. Uh, Now, before today, a lot of people like to come into this room and ask me a lot of questions, or come into my inbox and ask me a lot of questions. And now that we're live, you can ask any questions you want, and then they're not there and they don't want to ask. So I guess like people just want me to like write out 3 pages of email, so and they're not writing me back at all. I guess that's what everybody wants. Deep down, they don't want any answers. They just want me to write a lot of pages. I'm just kidding. I'm fine. I'm happy to answer questions. Um, it's quiet today, huh? Hello, FGFG. How are you doing? How's your Father's Day celebration? So you missed you're playing Mahjong? You have a Kong? Is that what it is? Um, I think I play, like I know how to play it, but I'm not very good at it. And like some of my friends invite me to play at their house. All of a sudden, I become a VIP, right? And you know how you need 4 people to play Mahjong? And and the friends that don't normally talk to me now, like, uh, treat me like a VIP because they need the fourth person to play with them. So you missed the wishing well hypnosis session earlier. So remember the tip jar that we had on Etsy, and then for various reasons I have to take it down. So I just recorded the hypnosis session for it. That's going to be the tangible good for the wishing well listing from here on out. That way they can't say I'm selling rituals or magic. Aaron, so what's up, Dion? I'm hoping for a big slot win in the future. Hey, yeah, good luck, man. Of course, I cannot endorse. Like, I go to the casino for fun. I cannot endorse gambling on YouTube, but have fun, man. Um, so, do you guys want to hear the casino story? Michelle, are you still there? I know you want to hear this. Or since Aaron brought it up. After you said good, I love the wishing well. Yeah. So, oh, okay, Michelle's still there. All right, so I can tell the casino story. So, I was. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, yeah. So, okay, rewind. So it started off like this. Uh, I have a client. So I have this binding love spell with hearts, with a chicken heart, and where I bind two chicken hearts together as a sympathetic magic. So it's kind of a love spell. Well, it is a love spell, and it works really good. Hey, Tanya, how are you? Thanks for joining us. Aaron666 says, I gamble high limit. Tanya said, hi, Dion, listening to your story. Hey, thanks for joining me. I know you guys are celebrating Father's Day. Hey, hello, Nicole. How are you? I'm just about to tell the casino story. So rewind the clock to like a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago. So I was doing the binded heart spells, and one of my clients wanted to do a binded brain kind of ritual. So for that ritual, I need like brains, like literally like brains. So it would have to be pork brain. I know Chinese in Chinese food, you guys have dishes that are made with pork brains, or I've seen goat brains in grocery stores. So, uh, so where do I find brains? Right, like I know where to find the chicken hearts. It's in a local butchery, but they don't have any brains for sale. So the only place to find brains that comes to my mind, excuse the pun, is go to Chinatown. So and I haven't been to Chinatown for a while, since the beginning of the inflation. In the old days, you can go to Chinatown and eat very well for $5. Now you can't get out of there under $20, $30. It is actually more expensive to eat Chinese food than sushi. But in any case, uh, so I decided to go to Chinatown to get the brains, and I thought if I go to Chinatown, I may as well go have lunch there. Have good cheap lunches. And then I thought, what else is happening in Chinatown? So there's a bus that takes you from Chinatown to the local casino, which is the Win Encore. It is actually a very nice casino. Um, so I thought I haven't been to that casino in a while. I've only been there like once or twice before, but so I decided to grab whatever cash I have at the time. I had it on my altar, so I just take it with me, right? So all this is like it was for like satanic spell, right? So all this is the doing of Satan was just helping me. Oh, and I was at the altar room the other day, and my money is actually doing pretty good. My life is actually going on pretty good. I have big business project planned, but I was just thinking I haven't had like a big win in a while, right? So I was kind of joking with Satan. I was like, yeah, things are going good, but it would be nice if I have some kind of like delight happening in my life just to, just it's kind of like a espresso boost in my life, right? And Satan said, yeah, all right, yeah, yeah, yeah. So that was a while ago. And then all this kind of like happening, developing slowly, right? I was doing the chicken heart spell, and then people asked me to do a brain spell, and I have to go find a brain. So I went to Chinatown. I went to like the two main grocery stores, couldn't find any brains. Uh, I've seen it before, but like they don't have it. And when I tried to ask the butcher for brains, I just got yelled at. Right? What the fuck are you talking about? Brains, blah, blah, blah. So I got kicked out of the grocery store. Um, so and then I just took the one of cash I have. I don't know, like $800 I have or so. And I went to wait for the bus, and there was actually a bus waiting for me, right? So that went pretty well. So I thought the bus come every half an hour. And I thought if the bus is not there, or if the bus just left, I'm not going to stand around for half an hour waiting for another bus. But the bus is right there. So it took me to the Win Encore, which is a very nice casino. And The only game I actually play was blackjack. Um, and I have to state it clearly right now that I play a lot of blackjack. I play a lot of blackjack on my computer. I've actually logged 2 million hands of blackjacks. I do some rudimentary I do some rudimentary card counting. Not very good at it, but I kind of know the basics. I know the basics, literally the basic strategy with the points and stuff like that. And and I usually do pretty good at blackjack. So I was playing the blackjack, and I got lucky, right? So I started off the first like 10 hand or so, I was winning. So I built up a good buffer, and my plan was just keep playing until I lose that buffer amount of hands, right? And things went pretty good. After like half an hour or so, I was up by a lot, right? So I was started with like 800 or so, and then I was up like to like 1500, right? 15, 1600. I wasn't really counting. You know how it is at the casino, right? So my strategy has always been, if you're up for a little, I leave the casino. So casino hates me. Trading houses hate me. So that's the same thing I approach with day trading too. Like if I make a little bit and then I just leave. So that's my approach to casino and trading. I think that is also the best strategy moving forward, right? The one edge you have over the casino is you control when you ends uh, your participation. The casino invests massive amounts of money to keep you playing. Like that's the only one edge they don't have, and they're investing a ton of money to keep you playing, right? All the shenanigans that they have, all the shows that they have, all the specials, all the oxygen pumping, all the pretty girls around. It's just to keep you playing, right? The longer you stay, the bigger chances the casino is going to win. So I plan to stand up and leave. But I did something stupid, right? I ordered a drink. You know how it goes in the casino, right? The pretty ladies come by and ask if you want a free drink. Of course, I said yes, right? They ask you specifically what kind. Yeah, yeah. And no, they don't bilk. Yeah, they bait me with drinks. Yeah, yeah. But then they never come back, right? Like they ask me what kind of beer I want. They offer some really nice ones. I thought like I have a thing for IPAs, and then they say, yeah, yeah, sure, I'll bring you a bottle of IPA. Of course, they never come back, right? So I was just sitting around um, the table, and they're kind of very nice at the Win Encore. They don't kick you out or anything. You can sit around for as long as you want. If you don't want to bet, you don't have to bet. Whatever. They're all pretty chill. But like you just gotta sit around. You got nothing to do, right? But so like I kind of like wander around, and then I wandered into the high limit area that Aaron talked about, and I heard that I'm not sure if it's true. And you can correct me that the high stake slots are the best to play because they have the highest payout percentage wise. And all casinos have to publish the payouts for the slot machines. And there are people that actually the smaller casino actually plays a lot better. So Aaron, I'm not advising you to gamble, but I have heard that in Vegas, the local casinos or the smaller casinos actually have much higher odds with slot machines. In New England, there are like I think Foxwood has the highest paid out at like 90%, and like Mohegan Sun is around the same. I haven't really researched into Win Encore. I just go there for entertainment. I'm not there to win. It's just a nice place to hang out. But I've heard that the high limit slots have the highest payout percentage. Nicole on IG said, going to Foxwood next Vegas trip. Hey, check the odds, but I think Foxwood has like the highest payout with slot machine. I don't know how it goes in Vegas though. You have to check the stats. yeah, so I end up wandering into the high limit slots, and I don't usually play slot machines. I've heard it is like the most addictive thing because people have like emotional attachment to slot machines, and it's their algorithm is perfectly matched to psychological experiments on addiction, like random reinforcements and close calls. So right now the slot machine is all computerized, right? So like they can generate the graphics to show you that, oh, that was really close. You were just like one slot away from winning the jackpot, right? But whatever, right? So I went there. I was hoping that at a higher limit place where rich people go to gamble, they will bring you the drink quicker. So I sat down, I called the concierge, and then she come by and I asked for my IPA again. And of course she said, yeah, right away, sir. Da, 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 and then she left. So like I put my ticket in and then I start playing, right? And my plan was just, I was up for like 800 or something. And then my plan was like, if I lose what I win, that's fine. And then I would go home. I go back to Chinatown and then I have like some doodles and then I'll go. Yeah, but I was just playing. And then I have a option of like high limit slot is not really that high limits, I found out. Like the starting bet is like $1, is $5. You could go up to $10 and $20 on that particular machine. But luckily enough, and the room was like empty, right? So the rule of thumb is you want to go to a casino with a lot of people. You want to go to the machine that has been handled by a lot of people. That way, $100 spin in Vegas, is that what it is? Yeah, I don't have that kind of money though. Uh, so the rule of thumb is you go to the machine with a lot of people there, and chances are they haven't hit the jackpot, right? But the machine at some point has to pay out something good, some big win, right? Because they're legally required to do so with the published statistics. So I made a mistake to walk into the room with nobody there. Um, I wasn't expecting much. I was just waiting for my drink, right? So I was starting with like a dollar, and then the machine goes off and wing, and then it shows up that I won 80 cents, right? That's how slot machine works. And then I start hitting it up, and then I was like, if the girl doesn't come by in like the next 10 minutes, I'm leaving anyway. So I started like going up the limits $2, and then I stopped hitting $5. I was only there for like 5 minutes or so I start hitting the $5, and then hit something, right? I don't know what it is, but a train comes by on the screen, and then it's just stopped dropping numbers. It's like 10, 20, 100 something. I don't know what the hell is going on. And then it said I won like 20,000. Like 20,000 what? Right? Still how the slot machine is, right? Like you won 80 million points, and then it comes out to $2. But like it make a big commotions. The whole animation was like going on for like 2 minutes or so, right? So it's just dumping on for points. And then I was up like 40,000 points or some crazy shit, right? And then it comes out to another $1,000. I was like, wow, this is pretty nice. So that's how I go up to like $2,800 or so. And then I play a few more hands, and then I keep losing for another 15 minutes. And then I said, hey, this is it. I might as well keep whatever I win, right? So yeah, so this is how I win like $1,800 at the casino, pretty much randomly. And the story gets better. So like on my way back, right, I was in Chinatown, and in Chinatown they only take cash in some restaurants, right? I was going through how much I win, and then I found. So like I went to the. Oh, by the way, I went to the cage, right? Usually I went to the machine, but I went to the cage. I thought they would let me take a picture of them counting the money. But the pit boss was there, and like, he categorically said no to my request. Um, which I was disappointed. But you know what I learned from the cage? The kid that was counting the money for me, he was quite surprised to be counting a ticket that is like $2,500. Um, and like you have to count it twice, and the supervisor has to come in and count it, and then another boss has to come in and count it again, and then he congratulated me for winning like 2,000 whatever dollars. And it dawns on me that I thought a big casino like that, they would have been counting a lot of big wins. But no, most people go there and they lose their money, lose all their money, and they left. So the casinos were quite surprised that somebody was cashing out a winning tickets, right? Um, so yeah, if you're winning at a casino, just take your money and run. Or if you just plan to stay there, at least take the money and go to the buffet and enjoy that money, right? Yeah. So the story gets better when I got back to Chinatown. So I was holding on this wad of cash in my hand, right? Because I mean Boston is safe. I haven't heard of any robberies so far, but Chinatown is not the best part of town. And walking around 3 grand in my pocket, right? And I was holding on to that cash, and then I reached my pocket and I found another one of cash in my pocket. I pulled it out, it was another $800. Like, where do I find $800? Oh, it was because I haven't worn this pants in a while. And I remember I had a German roommate that insists on paying rent in cash. And I must have just left that wad of cash in my pocket. And I haven't seen that in like, I don't know, years. So yeah, so I've recovered another $800 from my pocket. So yeah, that was a good night, and it was all random events. So it started off with like asking Satan more like a joke that hey, it would be nice if I have some, if I can manifest some big money just to cheer me up. And then I went to Chinatown for goat brain or pork brain. Now that plan doesn't work out. Uh, and then I randomly got to the casino, and I randomly sat on that chair. Um, my original plan was looking for a free drink. I didn't get a free drink. Oh, I haven't. That girl never came back. Right? Like I asked for a drink many times, but like I've never got that drink. But that's fine. The casino saved like $5 on IPA, and I walk away with like 2 grand. Um, so yeah, so that's my story of manifesting a big, a good night with a lot of money. So yeah, so Nicole, are you still with me on IG? Hope you guys learned something. I'm sure there are lessons somewhere here. For a first lesson, I guess, is you know, the spirit have a plan for you. And it's usually not the first thing that you wish for. Like if I wish for to find a brain for my client. Oh, and the client, I wrote her that, I haven't found the brain, and then, I'll try again later. And I never heard from her again. So she may or may not even want to buy the ritual. So that didn't matter. So, usually start with one point. So you just have to have an open mind, right? When it comes to working with spirits, they have something for you, and it's not necessarily the thing that you wish for. And the thing you got in lieu of the things you wish for is usually better than the thing that you wish for, right? So, and I got to take a picture and get to brag about it. Aaron says, "Nice. I go and gamble every 6 months or so in Bellagio. Yeah, Bellagio is nice. Have you been to that buffet in Bellagio? I heard a lot about it. The Bacchanal buffet. There was a New York mayor, the last mayor before this one. His name is his name was Bell something, right? And we call him Bellagio. Yeah, Vegas is so much fun. You're so lucky to be there, Aaron. you are already living the life that a lot of people, a lot of rich people would love to live, right? Chaka Mario said, "Hello, my spell is working. Things are changing with our relationship for the better. There isn't much pain as before." Oh, that's great. That's good to hear, my friend. That's good to hear. Trust the spirit to guide you to, you know, the best possible outcome. The outcome is probably not what you were expecting, but if you keep an open mind and always do your best, you'll find that it is better than what you could have wished for. So yeah, hey Nicole. Nicole said, "I've got to go, Dion. Thank you for having this live. See you next time." Hey, good seeing you, Nicole. Don't be a stranger. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Tanya J said, "Yes, just trust the spirit." That is true. So that is the story. Oh, and right before that casino incident, I think the casino was like on a Tuesday, and on a Monday, I did the portal opening spell, right? A massive portal opening spell with a group of people, and I don't think, yeah, it was like probably a few days before that, and a lot of people from that portal opening spell have already told me that they have exceptionally they have like some big breaks in their career and they're doing very well. So maybe that energy has also pushed into my trip to the casino that day. FGFG said, "My spirit guide told me my wish will be fulfilled when it is the right timing." That is very true. It is all about the timing. Just keep working in my occult journey. Yes. A lot of times that is all we can do, is to just keep working at it. I guess that lesson is also, find yourself being in tune with that spirit that you're working with. That way, you are consciously or unconsciously being guided to the right place, right? Like I felt like, a series of coincidences that guided me to that particular slot machine. And I don't usually play slots, right? Aaron666 said, "Can you read last Dion?" The last message, "Nice, I go and gamble every 6 months in Bellagio." Tiny J said, "Good things will happen." Yes, for sure. For sure. And remember to thank the spirits, right? So I have like a few of my quote unquote clients that said the spell didn't work, but they are, but it's clearly manifesting, right? But then their excuse was like, "Oh, I did everything myself. The spirit didn't help me." So that's like a really bad thing to do. You want to keep thanking the spirits. You want to keep giving them gratitude. Like a lot of things that you didn't even know, um, is blessing by the spirits. It's a blessing by the spirits. Like the fact that you can get from one point to another without getting in accidents, and you didn't get eaten by a lion or something. You're still alive and you're still healthy. There are a lot of spirits that is keeping you that way. So always give thanks to the spirit. I mean, it's good to have confidence. It's good to believe in yourself. But when when some people believe that they have done everything without the spirit's help. That comes into kind of like a dangerous territory. After a while, the spirits may just think, "Hey, this guy's a jerk," and then they left him or her, and then they wonder, and then they feel like they were cursed or whatnot, right? So yeah, so always give credit to the spirits. You'll find that your quality of life will much improve as you do that. So how's everybody's Father's Day going? Anybody here is a father? Tanya J said, "I agree. I keep thank you to my spirits." Yes, that's great. And in a way, putting offerings on your altar is also a way of gratitude, right? Tanya J said, "My Tanya J said my father's health is getting much better." Oh, that's great. That's good to hear, my friend. That's very good to hear. FGFG said dinner and play Magic. I hope you're winning. Tanya J said, very glad to know this before the Father's Day. Yes, this sounds like things are working out very well for you and your family, my friend. I'm sure your father feels very happy to have a daughter like you. And back home, listen to your life. Oh, thank you, my friend. Yeah, thank you for all your support, FGFG, Tanya, Michelle, and all the gangs, and Aaron, and everybody who is always here for me, and Choco Mario. FGFG said, yes, I won tonight, USD 40. Oh, that's great. That's great. I'm very happy for you. Tanya J said, thanks, Dion. Tanya J said, FGFG, you're lucky. Yes, he's a lucky man. The force is strong with him. You guys don't have casinos in Hong Kong, right? I guess you guys could go to Macau very easily. No casinos in Hong Kong. Yeah. Do you guys still have the racetrack? Do you guys still race horses on Sundays? I think it's Singapore's racetrack is closed. That sucks. FGFG said no casino, but you can buy horse racing. Do you play horses? I guess you can buy football. That's nice. Tiny J said I don't like horse racing. Yeah, I haven't really gotten into it. I suppose it's fun. I suppose it's fair too. It's not like they can't break the game. FGFG said Wednesday and Sunday every week in Hong Kong horse racing, and you guys have like a match 6, right? So that's good. That's a good lottery. And you guys have like mahjong restaurants, right? Is that what it's called? That's kind of like a casino. FGFG said, I don't like horse racing either. I guess I just didn't understand the game enough to put my money on it. I suppose it could be very exciting. FGFG said, yes, lottery every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Tiny J said, many people buy Mark 6. How much is it now for a ticket, Mark 6 ticket? So in the US, it's $2 for Powerball and Mega Millions. And then each state have like their own lottery for $1. Yeah, in the US, I guess I just don't. I didn't realize the lottery culture in the U.S. until I see how other countries do it. And in the U.S., you can buy scratch tickets. Do you have scratch tickets in Hong Kong? Hong Kong $10. So all right, so it's about $2 US, right? So that's not too bad, right? $10. How much is a cup of coffee in Hong Kong? How much is a cup of small Starbucks coffee in Hong Kong? Choose 6 out of 49. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty good out of 49. The U.S. lottery is cheating. It's like 1 to 70 now. If it was astronomical before, it is even more astronomical now. Oh, okay. HKD $10 equals USD $1.50. How much is a small Starbucks in Hong Kong? Like the cheapest Starbucks coffee. So I guess that would be like Dion's uh, price cost of living index. It's the cup of small Starbucks. Starbucks Frappuccino is HKD 45 plus like 650. Okay. Yeah, so that sounds about right. A lot of my friends call Starbucks $5 for a cup of coffee. I think like the cheapest coffee in Starbucks is like $3 after tax around here. Just like Pike brand or whatever. I only go there to like sit for like 10 minutes that I can like sit outside of my room for a while. I guess back when I was a student, Starbucks is where a lot of people go and do their homework. It's like a study hall. And you go to Starbucks to meet people and things like that. For startup companies to be clients of Starbucks because you don't have an office. And you go to Starbucks and say, yeah, my office is under renovations. Let's sit here and they would chill. Or you just don't say anything, right? Yeah. Yeah, let's meet at Starbucks. That way we can talk. It's a neutral place, blah, blah, blah. But actually, you don't have an office to meet people. Big Mac meal, medium, in Hong Kong is $43, USD $5.80. So Big Mac, the whole meal, does it come with fries and drink or just the burger? Tiny J said, many people buy coffee and sit at Starbucks a whole day in Hong Kong. Yes, that's true. I could rent a chair. You're not paying for the coffee, you're just renting a chair at Starbucks. FGFG said, half of the people sitting in Starbucks are not customer. Yes, that's true. Or have a coffee and sit the whole day. Yes. So that was like a there was like a legal battle or like bad episode of Starbucks where they kicked out a few black people for no reason, and it was caught on video or something. And then there was a huge backlash to Starbucks. And then Starbucks CEO said, "Okay, you don't have to buy coffee to come to Starbucks." And then so that's when Starbucks becomes, sort of like a refuge for homeless people and around here. Tiny J said most Starbucks stores are very small in Hong Kong. Yeah, I guess you could. It looks like it, right? So spaces in Hong Kong are very scarce. I guess that there are places around the country where they have like a huge Starbucks with a lot of tables, and you can go and you can just sit there. Well, in the older days, do you remember a time when there are bookstores? Now all the bookstores went bankrupt. But when it wasn't that long ago, like maybe like 10 years ago, you can still go to a bookstore, and there will be like a Starbucks inside the bookstore, and you can just grab the book without paying, and you walk over to Starbucks, and you get a table, and you sit and you read the book. Yeah, do you guys still have bookstores in Hong Kong, like the nice ones where you can sit around and drink coffee? FGFG said, yes, fries, burger, and drink for $43. So that's a pretty good price for 580. It's pushing to $10 now, $10 USD now for a meal, for a combo meal at McDonald's. Like I used to be able to get like a McChicken. Is it what it's called? Like yeah, like a chicken sandwich for $1.50. Now it's like $3. FGFG said, I agree with you at Tanya. FGFG said, I had a dream last night. Share with you. Oh, please do. Tanya J said, not many bookstores in Hong Kong. Yeah, I could guess, right? Well, nobody go and buy books anymore, right? Or at a bookstore. You buy your books from Amazon. Nobody even goes to the library anymore. I miss the time when you can go to a bookstore or a library and you can discover books, right? Like right now, you're very precise in the knowledge that you want. You know exactly what paragraph you're looking for. Like most people don't even read the whole book, right? They just read like a few lines and then they use it in the paper and that's it. But when I was a kid, I would go to the library. I would not only read that book that I was looking for, but like I can see other books in the shelf and I can see like interesting books, right? And I can flip through them. FGFG said, I count it was half nightmare. Heine J said, FGFG, what was your dream? Yeah, please share with us. So yeah, we have a lot of dead air. That's fine. The spiritual warfare people are noticeably missing. FGFG said, I was in danger in a school thing with some unknown people, just like preventing a ghost or spirit attacking us. Other people too would just look at the window where was the spirit. Really? Please continue. FGFG said, while I was drawing my spirit guide sigil, They told me this. They told me through their sigil when I need their help. Okay, I guess that's true. Like, yeah. So I drew it exactly his sigil in real life. Okay, good to know. I can tell there more to the story. Tiny J said, FGFG, they protected you. Yes, I agree with Tanya. Then I said with a frowny face, none of your business, WTF. Then a moment later, I awoke. Okay, it always worked when I drew the sigil. I will awoke immediately from the nightmare. Okay, thanks for sharing. I think that is like a assurance from your spirit guide that they're with you and they've always been with you the whole time. That's great. That's great. Thanks for sharing. What do you think it means, or what does it mean to you? I didn't draw a random sigil, but exactly the spirit guide's sketch sigil. Yes, that's great. I think they're trying to connect with you. Cause I remember a lot of details on how I drew it. That's great. It was his sigil. Yes. I'm glad that you are remembering so clearly from a dream and have that kind of awareness of what exactly you drew. And this was not the first time. Long time ago, it happened. FGFG said, I have the authority using their names. That's great. I think it is a great sign, just like Tanya J said, that they want you to know that they are protecting you, both in the astral realm and in real life. So yeah, thanks for sharing. I think it's great that you're able to remember all the details from the dream. And in the name of that spirit guide, FGFG said, Tanya J said that you meet your spirits in your dreams. Yes, quite often, Tanya. Quite often. I think well, first, yeah, I meet a lot of spirits in my dreams. I met Jesus before. I met Rahu before I started Western ceremonial magic. Um, not well, I've met Germany a few times. I've met Satan's a few times. Baphomet was a frequent visitor. Um, right before I start my store, I got a visit from John D. He is one of the premier scholar of Western ceremonial magic, as the form of Western ceremonial magic that we practice today is from the work of John D. Um, he came into my dream one day, and it was very clear. He just told me that if you want to, uh, I guess, if you want to advance in black magic, if you want to do more in black magic, I think that's what she said. He said you need to learn Enochian. So that, I take it at the time, that's basically to acquire astral sense, right? And not and soon after I had that dream, I started the store, and I guess like the spirit of John D has always been with me, and now, I've come across a way to revive Enochian in a very simple, productive way, right? I'll be putting out more videos on Enochian. Basically means the language of angel. So not only I have the ability to master Enochian now, I'm able to take Enochian language to like a higher level, combining with my knowledge of astral sense to be able to communicate with spirits in a much more meaningful way. So John D actually have gave me a huge inspiration on how um, on my career path as a black magician. Um, and if we can take this, both FGFG dreams and my John D dream, with a expository lesson, that is, you don't need to have a long conversation with these spirits. Sometimes you just need like a short 2 line or 1 line kind of thing from them, and that is good enough to build you an empire, to push you along with your career, or win the presidency or whatever, right? So FGFG, from your dream, you can extrapolate just 1 line about, draw the sigil when you need them, whatever is the strongest line that you can take from this dream, right? And that line in itself is good enough to take you for the rest of your life, or take you to very high reaches of your career, right? So a lot of people come to me and they say, "Oh, do you have any messages for me?" Or they feel like they need to have dinner with the spirits and have like 8 hours of conversation with them. Yeah, if that happens, fine, but like you don't need that much from the spirit. Like you just need to learn to extrapolate that 1 or 2 lines that the spirit give you, and make the best out of it, right? And So Tanya J says, so they give you messages quite often. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. A lot of time there are messages, but a lot of time they are like what I call a download. I think I might have talked about this before. It's like you got this really heavy sensation that you feel like a lot of packets of information is coming into you, but you are in no way be able to decipher them, right? So it's kind of like you open a picture file in text and then it's all like numbers and digits. But after a while, you start to extrapolate that massive amount of information download, and then you try to sync that into your real life, and then bits by bits, it's going to unpack, and it's going to lead you to good things. Yeah, I hope I answered your question, Tanya J. And pay attention to details, right? Like I said before, you don't need a long conversation with your spirit. Sometimes it could just be one line, and that would be good enough. Like Sandalphone just told me, Archangel Sandalphone, when I started my store, he just told me that go to Etsy. That's all he said to me. Because I was so Jeremy said, if you want to prove us exist so much, why don't you do it professionally? And remember to charge them. Don't just give them away. That is exactly what Jeremy said to me, right? And that's good enough. And then I said to myself, okay, so how do I do this, right? Like, who the hell is going to buy Black Magic? And then Sandalphone just come to me and said, just look into Etsy. That's all he said to me. And that's always needed, right? That's just one message that was extrapolated into all this that you have seen so far, right? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Tiny J said, yeah, I can understand. Thanks, Dion. Yeah, so maybe experience that for yourself too. There's only so much verbal instructions I can give. FGFG said, I know Dion has a lot of experience. FGFG said, yes, always work if I need their help. FGFG said, yes, a sentence or action is good enough because they, like me, think ourselves as well, how to work close with them. Yes. And also, it's kind of like bring yourself to the vibration and they will open the path for you, right? So sometimes you take an action that you don't think is an impact at all, but then it just fit right into their plan, right? You get what I'm saying? It's like when I was writing that contract with a demon ad, and I was just writing down the kind of spirits that would take a contract. And remember before my ad, right? Pact with our spirits is a very formal thing. So according to Black Magic, there are only so many spirits that would take a pact. So I have to list like Satan and Lucifer and RCL, the big ones. And then Freya, the Nordic goddess, come to me and said, I want this as well. I think she said like, count me in, or like, I want you to be a part of this or something. And I was like, Freya, are you sure? You are not the kind of spirit that would take a contract with a mortal. And she was, yeah, just write me in. So I wrote Freya in. And the first like 3 or 4 contracts was with Freya. So all this little thing. So you don't need a big conversation. You don't need a very powerful intervention, right? You just need to get in sync with them. That's all you have to do. FGFG said, thanks for sharing. Yes, that's true. Thanks for sharing, my friend. FGFG said, thank you, Tiny J. Tiny J said, I think we need to be patient. Tiny J said, do not rush. Yes, that is very true. So we have a good discussion today. I'm glad you guys are able to join. Excuse me. FGFG said, yes, I agree with you. Be patient is always important. At Tiny J, yes. And sometimes, I don't want to say this to clients because I don't want to give unexpected. I don't want them to expect like instant outcome, but sometimes instant outcome do happen. Like one of my first angel contracts was with a guy who had a hard time selling his home, and it was during the pandemic too, the early days of the pandemic. So all the housing activities was ground to a halt. Nobody was selling anything, but he was telling me that he was trying to sell his house for like 3 or 4 years, but to no avail. So I did a contract with Secure with the gentleman, and I'm going to write this into one of my YouTube story too. And within a day or two, he found out that the agent who was listing his listing was actually like not working at the agency anymore. So the agency got him a new agent, listed it, and then he came back, right? So this was like right after we did the contract with Secure. And then he came back. He was very excited. He told me that, oh, I got a new agent to sell my house. And then he came back and he brought a bunch of like spells, right? And when you sell a house, you want to get a spell for like, good cleaning up the apartment. He brought a spell for like good transaction or something like that. So he brought like 3 or 4 spells that will help him to sell the house quickly. So like all the renovations and construction things. And then like 2 more days later, he said, forget it, just keep the money. I sold the house. So it could happen very quickly. But I don't want to say that to my clients, right? Just because a lot of people are looking for instant result. And if they sign a contract and the girlfriend doesn't pop out and manifest into their bed, and they'll be like, oh, how come it's not working? It's been 2 days. So I don't advertise that, but sometimes it could happen very quickly. I guess like just be open mind to opportunities, right? Sometimes it's manifesting in opportunities. You're just not noticing it. But the good thing is like the spirit know who we are, and they know I'm not that smart, and they will give you a few tries, right? They will give you the opportunity in one way, or they try to work with you and show you different kinds of opportunities until you get it. But if you don't take the opportunity 3 or 4 times, they're going to walk away from you. So that is like observationally true. This is not based on doctrine. This is based on evidence, right? So this is a new kind of magic. We're basing. We do the ritual, and then we look at what kind of changes we see in our sphere, and then we adapt. We change the rituals, and we change our expectation. We continuously change and adapt our actions and our rituals to bring us the best possible results. So FGFG said, what's your plan today, Dion? Just paperwork, drink coffee. Like right now, it's really nice. Right now, it is 22 degrees Celsius. But in the US, we are expecting a heat wave later this week. So by the time Tuesday and Wednesday come by, it will be like unbearably hot. So I guess I should do more recordings today, because when it get really hot, I need to turn on the air conditioner, and then I wouldn't be able to record anything. So maybe that's what I would do. I got a lot of paperwork. I got a backlog of readings and spells to do. You know, this whole black magic thing is not very glamorous, but it is what it is. I'm happy to do what I do. Thanks for asking, though. FGFG said, I think sometimes the spirit guides will test it, but it's to test how firm our aim is. And I think this is good to us. Yes, that's true. Sometimes they will also test your resolve, right? Let's say, you want to be the president of your country. Or sometimes people will have like lofty goal. let's say your wish is to become a medical doctor, right? The spirit is going to test you for a little bit to see if you really have what it takes to be a doctor, if you have the resolve to be a doctor, if you have the ethics to be a physician or doctor, right? Like they don't want to like put you in an easy path to become a doctor. And then after 1 week of medical school, that you say, oh, it's too hard, and I quit, right? Or when you become a doctor, you become corrupted and just use your credentials to make money or whatnot, right? They want to test you to make sure you have what it takes to take on your wish, right? Or if you said you want to be a parent or something, like you have been trying to have kids, but you were never able to do so one way or the other, right? Like the spirit is going to want to test you to see if you are actually worthy for that responsibility. So yeah, so that's a good point. The spirit do test you from time to time to make sure that you're up for it. FGFG said, especially if you want to work with kings. Yes, that's true. Like I've been telling you, I think I've told Tanya, I think I've told a lot of people that I work with, if you want their attention, you need to do something great. Like you can't just be wanting, if you're like, you know, you can't just be wanting to be a supervisor at McDonald's, even though there's nothing wrong with that. But that's not good enough for the spirit, right? That you can do that yourself. They may want to give you a few pointers here and there, and then they say good luck, right? If you want them to be around you, you want to have like higher aspirations. You want to be think outside of yourself, right? Like you want to build something. You want to be interesting, that they want to take part in your life, right? It's like going to venture capital and say, I want to sell a hot dog. It's going to make me $20 a day. That's nice, kid, but like they don't have any room to invest in you, right? FGFG said, but if we work with different spirits, will they communicate themselves in their way? Yes, they kind of do. Um, that's why you want to have an archangel in your sphere. You want to have a patron. Usually, that is an archangel that would help you organize all these spirits for you, all this energy for you. Yeah, but they do come in, a lot. This is why I said when you're starting, just work with one or two spirits. That way, you don't get confused. Now, as you go higher up, or if you become a pro, you are used to working with a lot of spirits, right? So you can distinguish one voice from another. So yeah, so this is why you want to limit how many spirits you work with when you start. Like I read a paper on linguistics. When somebody is learning a new language or somebody exposed to a new language, it's very hard. They won't be able to tell the differences from one voice to another, right? Let's say if you try to learn, I don't know, German. Of course, like a male voice from a female voice, right? But like research have shown that a beginner, if you're just learning German, you won't be able to tell the difference between Alina and Selena, right? Like, or like a group of ladies talking to you on the phone, like you can't tell who's who talking, right? The same with like, Enochian languages and astral senses, right? Like if you work with like 15 spirits at the same time, if they choose to work with you, you're just going to have all these random things happening all together at once, and you don't know what to do or which path to take, and they all speak to you with different directions and telling you to do different things, and you will be all confused, right? And you feel like bad luck because like all these random things are happening, and if you don't walk the right path, it's going to fall apart on you, right? So yeah, so that's the lesson for today. So yeah, this is a good discussion. No spiritual warfare today. I haven't seen the spiritual warfare people for a few weeks now. I hope they are okay. I hope they're fine. I think this is the perfect weather to go LARPing, right? In a few days, could it be too hot to go LARPing, and they will all be back in front of their computer enjoying air conditioning? They want to have the power to destroy the world, but they also cannot stand not having air conditioned. Thanks for sharing, Dion. Oh, thanks for here. Thanks for being here, FGFG, Tanya, Michelle, and whomever's left. Thanks for listening. I told my stories to many people, but you guys are the only people that wants to listen. Like I've told that BMW story to many people, right? But like they all wanted me to shut up. So I was quite surprised that you guys actually wanted to listen to these stories. Oh, thank you. FGFG said I keep myself coming every week. That's great. Thank you for being here all the time. FGFG said Hong Kong is 30 plus degrees plus raining. So I guess it's good that it's raining, so it doesn't get too hot. But Hong Kong is more humid, right? Like you guys have to sweat a lot. Over here in Boston, it's kind of humid. It's kind of humid here, but it's noticeably drier than the tropics. Excuse me. Would you guys ever want to visit Vegas? Like Vegas, the few times I was there, it was like dry heat, right? It was like, I guess compared to Hong Kong, it will be like 37, 38 degrees during the day. So it's hot, but it doesn't feel that hot. It's like nice and dry kind of hot. But in Hong Kong, I guess it's like more humid, right? Like it's like you're breathing a lot heavier in Hong Kong, I guess. So I guess like dry heat is like lighter air. So you can pull air in a lot easier than like than humidity, than humid air. Yeah, that's true. I guess you got like more mosquitoes in Hong Kong, right? Tiny J said very humid in Hong Kong. Yeah, I can guess so. FGFG says, so I opened AC already. Yes, that's true. Yeah, so this is a good discussion. We don't need a lot of people. We just need good people. So yeah, so we got on a good 2 hours here. So it's hour and 52 minutes here. Tiny J said, thanks a lot for sharing. Well, thanks for being here and listening, my friend. FGFG said, I have visited Vegas twice when I was a child. Did you like it? I think in this last 10 years, it had really taken off. Like last 20 years is really taken off, but the last 10 years is really, really taken off. And I guess like this year is like gone crazy with the F1 race and the new sphere thing. I remember the Pyramid Hotel. Did you like it? The Lexor. Although inside that hotel is kind of disappointing. I mean, it's cool, but it's like, it's okay. Tiny J said, I've never been to Vegas. Really? I think you're going to have a lot of fun there. I think it's more fun if you're grown up. The Pyramid Hotel is actually pretty cheap now. Like, I remember looking at it, and in the pyramid itself, it's like you can get a decent room for like $50. I guess like some people don't like to stay inside the Pyramid Hotel. So the Pyramid Hotels have like two other regular buildings in the back, and that's where everybody wants to stay. The Pyramid Hotel was just like I was in Egypt. Did you like it? It's called the Luxor. Michelle Ang said, I went there once and loved it. Intended to visit many parks, but I was at the casino for my entire trip. Yeah. Did you like your stay there, Michelle? Yeah, it's all about the casino. Well, there's so much action going on outside the casino, right? How when were you there? Maybe like 10 years ago or so. Like right now, Vegas is like the entertainment capital of the Americas. Like people go there for like expensive restaurants, they go to see a show. Like these days, like I guess like up until 10 years ago, the gambling was still like the biggest. Oh, 2016. Oh, so okay, so that wasn't that long ago. So yeah, so up until 08, 09, gambling was the big income. But these days, it's like expensive entertainment is the source of the city's income, right? Like you go there to dine at like the nice restaurants. There's shows. There's so many things to do. They say it's like Disneyland for adults, right? There are a lot of clubs that you could go to, like clubbing. If you're into that, um, food is great. It's like a whole party atmosphere. The whole city. Everybody is there to hang out and parties. I remember a roller coaster inside the hotel. I know which one it is. That's either New York, or that was forgot the name. That was the hotel with the lions, with the white lions. What's it called? Is it Circus? Yeah, I know which hotel you're talking about. Oh, Sahara. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. No, Sahara is across the street. There's another one across the street from Sahara with a roller coaster and an indoor theme park. You do which one? Look it up, Chaka Mario. With the one with the lions. The Strat. Oh, I've said the Strat. The Strat is fun. The Stratosphere. I stayed there before. I actually ate at that revolving restaurant. The food was actually pretty good. Michelle Ang said, "Yes, of course, I stay at the Win. Oh yeah, Win is nice. It's very Asian. Do you play golf, Michelle? Yeah, then they have a very nice golf course. Good restaurant, good partying. Steve Wynn is very invested into the Asian culture. FGFG said it was a new hotel when I was there. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe like 20 years ago, Luxor was new. FGFG, what I remember is the buffet for 2.99. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They don't have that anymore. Well, I think they do. They have like the downtown Vegas, which is not part of the strip. They still have buffets for like $8 or $9. Yeah, Vegas was famous for the buffets. Like I used to be able to go to Vegas and like have a good time for cheap, but those days are gone. That Vegas is gone. Chaka Mario said that's old Vegas. Most of that is gone, right? Yeah. That Vegas only lives in my memory. FGFG said, how come you can remember? Haha, that's true. FGFG said there was one with White Tiger. Yeah, that was like a magician. There was like two tigers too. And then they performed with the tigers until one of the tigers went crazy and then mauled that guy's face. But then I think they came back with the tigers again. And then at MGM, there used to be a lion there. There was a zoo with a lion. I think I took a picture of that. I could share it with you. But then, that got too expensive to maintain the lion pavilion, and then they got rid of the lion. FGFG said, at Tiny J, this is a gift because I'm good at remembering things. Yes, that's great. That's true. You're good at that too. So yeah, so that's good. So this is Black Magic and also a travel channel. Now you can buy a teleport spell from me, and I will tell you where to eat at Vegas. Teleporting and restaurant guides. It's like the circuit of astral space. FGFG should go to Vegas again. Yes, you should totally go there again, man. I think you'll have fun. Like, I think if you go talk to any Americans, they would know exactly where everything is in New York, Midtown, and they would know exactly where everything is in Las Vegas. Like, if you ask an American, like, where they're staying in Vegas, like they can tell you where the landmarks are in Vegas. They will also be able to tell you where everything is in Midtown Manhattan because people just visit there so often. Multi-digital coder. Where do we find your astral teleport spell offer, if you please? Thank you. I was kind of kidding. Yeah, but I can put it up if you want, if that is what you're into. FGFG said should go to Vegas. Okay, so I read that already. Tiny J said, I want to go to Disney World more. Yes. Have you been to Disney World in Florida, my friend? Chaka Mario said, I'm going to Midtown next week. I don't know where everything is, though. You will be, my friend. You will be. Like, the first time I went to New York, I hated it. The second time I went to New York, I hated it. But then after a while, I just realized, I just figure everything out. And these days, you have Google Map and Uber. So things will be easy. But like after a while, if you just hang out in Midtown long enough, you'll know where everything is. It's like a second home to me, man. Because everything is in a grid and all the landmarks are there. Multi digital coder said, that would be awesome. Thank you. I guess like all the teleportation spell has already manifested, right? You want to manifest the $200 to get your plane ticket and the extra $50 for an Uber to get to the airport. And that's your teleportation spell, right? I think we have pretty much solved teleportation and messages sending. Like those spells are, I guess, like obsolete. They're still useful if you want to like invade people's privacy and send them like a brain message in the middle of the night. But other than that, I can just text them. An extension of magic is always science. Magic is like pre-science. Remember, magic, science, philosophy, they were all once the same thing. Anything that is magical will become physical and scientific and technological eventually. What would be a hotel to stay? You remember my job, right? Can you remind me again? I just go to hotel.com or Hotwire and I just find the cheapest one to stay. Also depends if you're on like a hotel reward chain or what kind of miles or credit card reward points you want to burn, and your budget as well. And how much time do you plan to spend in your room? Multi-digital coder said, yes, indeed. Just like they say, just like Ford said in the first Ford movie, where he said, what you call magic, we call science, where we come from, something like that. So true. I mean, magic doesn't work without science, and science doesn't work without magic, right? And also, science is not the truth. Science is always revolving, right? Just like magic. I mean, people came to worship science, but like things that were scientifically true up to 5 years ago are proven wrong 5 years later, right? Like every time scientists come up with a estimation on the size of the universe, a few years later that changed to become larger or whatever, right? Like I keep using this example, right? Einstein credited his theory of relativity to a spirit that visited him during a dream. That's where he did his thought experiment was with this genie. But that in itself is useless. But that magic interaction with a spirit expanded into science for him to create the theory of relativity. That that is now every bit of our life, right? The first iteration of the GPS system was way off. The first GPS system was built by NASA and it was way off. That's because they forgot to take into Einstein's calculation. The Air Force redid the whole thing again, and that incorporates uh, relativity into the calculations. And now it works within the precision of like 2 meters. Like you can find your phone with your GPS. Like you can find a lost object on the other side of your room with GPS. So what was once a conversation with a spirit from Einstein has developed into the science that affects every part of our life, right? Um, Isaac Newton is a huge occultist. Like you don't hear from them because his estate is protecting him and his legacy. But if you really read into Isaac Newton's life and his later life, right? Like I think he came up with the theory of calculus, and most of Newton's work was done in his early 20s. And you know why we don't hear from him in his late 20s and beyond? The old Isaac Newton, because he went bonkers with his occult studies and his black magic studies. Right. So it is well conceived that things that was magical for Isaac Newton, and he just mapped it out in a mathematical way. Right. So calculus was once in the black magic domain. And so are like modern ideas of democracy and human rights and freedom, right? Those were all black magic ideas that, Benjamin Franklin and Lafayette and all the founding fathers that were part of these black magic cults to come together independently and together that decided that, oh, freedom is the way to build a civilization. And then it works out pretty good. The most advanced civilization in the world runs on human rights and freedom and democracy. And those are once banned magic ideas. Right. Yeah. In any case, thank you for letting me say this out loud. If I were to say this to my normal friends, they would have told me to shut up long time ago. Super interesting. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for bringing this up, and thank you for listening. So if you want to hear a story of witchcraft potion turned into science, so there's this thing called St. John's wort. I don't know if anybody of you used it before. I took it from time to time. It's a psychologist's secret because, when we go through grad school, we have a fair share of depression and a fair share of bad days. And we would take St. John's wort to brighten us up our day. But we cannot prescribe it to to patients, because that is like off the box, right? So it's kind of like a psychologist secret. It's like we take it ourselves, but we cannot prescribe it. But the thing is, so in the medieval times, St. John's wort is called the happiness potion. It's more used than alcohol, actually, to cheer people up. They just boil the St. John's wort in water. It turns into a tea. And when you drink it, it makes your worries goes away. So it is actually a magical potion. And these days, we kind of recognize that St. John's worts have SSRI properties, the same kind of ingredients you find in Zoloft and Prozac, but in a very organic, natural way, in a very mild way. So it turns out that something that was once a magical potion is actually a naturally forming pharmaceutical. So, like I said, anything magical and it works have a scientific extension. And I don't think it's fair to forcefully distinguish what is science and what is magic. Right. Multi-digital cooler said, "You are super duper welcome." Thank you. Multi-digital cooler said, "Yeah, I see. Yes." I think I've told you the story about Rolex before. I will say it again. And I think I'm going to turn this into one of my stories on my YouTube channel. So, you know who the founder of Rolex is, right? It's not Mr. Rolex. I always thought it's called Rolex is because the maker of the watch his name is Rolex. The founder of Rolex, the company, his name is Whistledorf. So it's way off from Rolex. He's not even Swiss, he's British. I guess it's like German British. So he wanted a brand of watches that is not Whistledorf, because he just didn't like the way it sounded. And he don't think a German name would sell in London. He was based in London. So he said one day on buses in London in the early 1900s, I think it's 1903, while he was trying to figure out what to name his company, a spirit comes to him. He said it was a genie that comes to him. And the name of the genie is Rolex. And he thought it was perfect. So he formed a pact with that spirit. And of course, the rest is history. So yeah, so Rolex is actually the name of a spirit. It is the whole company is surrounded by black magic. And he moved to Switzerland with the advice of Rolex, because right now, these days, we think Swiss watch is like the pinnacle of workmanship and precision engineering. But in the time, Switzerland actually have like a lower wages. So it's kind of like cheap labor and like cheap factory at the time. So he moves his production to Switzerland. That's how Rolex become a Swiss company. And Mr. Whistledorf, when he died, he had no heir. And Rolex becomes a charity trust fund. So right now, if you buy a Rolex, you're actually contributing to a charity. So Rolex itself, the spirit itself, becomes an independent entity. So yeah, so that's how you give birth to a spirit. So yeah, things that were magical are not exclusively in the astral plane. So a lot of people that come into my room and come into my office and talk about spirits that are all Dungeons and Dragons, right? Oh, I have working with the spirit. I have this power. Last night, I destroyed 3 people in the astral plane. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that's fine if that is your hobby, but we want to see a real extension in the physical world. That is how magic works. Well, thanks for listening, guys. We are going on for 2 hours and 15 minutes, so today, it actually turns out to be a pretty good discussion today. Multi-digital coders, that's fascinating, yes. And I can give you like many, many examples of people naming the company after a spirit. I'll write more on this later, but 20 years ago, I met an angel and I named my company after that angel. And, that company is still alive and profitable, but the kind of adventure I get from running that company cannot be brought by money. So, you know, it happens quite a lot. And, we all thought about working with like the most powerful spirit ever, but a lot of times the spirit that brings you results that are legendary spirits that you may or may not even have heard of before. Kind of like Rolex or even Einstein's genie that he didn't name, or the spirit that worked with Newton that brought us, calculus and Chaka Mario said any bailiff work recently. Uh, I think I think I know who you are, Chaka Mario. If I remember correctly, sorry, it's just I just get a lot of nicknames all around. So like people contact me with one name and then it's another name and then they come back to me and it's different name. So I think I think I'm starting to remember who you are. Yeah, he's always with me, and I work with a few clients that requested working with bailiff. And I made a crazy wish with bailiff when I started. At the time, bailiff called it kind of silly, and we dismissed it for a while. And then after like 6 or 7 years, that wish just started to come true. Now, of course, I have to work very hard, and there's still a long way to go, and it may or may not come true. But I'm starting to see signs of it coming true. Like the path is open for me to manifest what I asked bailiff to grant me. So I guess like it just take a few years for me to get my head straight and kind of get a better understanding of what it means to be black magic and wishes fulfilled, right? So once you evoke a spirit, the spirit is always with you. They may not be always in your face at all time, but they are in the background, opening doors for you. They're more like that, of is in the world. If you wish, of course, I'm thinking about your time. Could you maybe rephrase that for me, please? Maybe ask that question in a different word. Are there more like that of in this world? Yeah, become just maybe be more specific with your adjective. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Are there more examples like Rolex in the world? Yeah, many. Maybe I could like write a book on this. I think like Starbucks. Um, like the original founder dream of a mermaid, and then he used that and his symbol. Sephora is like that. Like Sephora is like a random spirit. Like the founder gave it a story, but that story doesn't work out. So I talked to that spirit, and Sephora said, it is a spirit that was helping that company to grow. Shiseido, the company, the cosmetic company, also have like a spirit guide. They built a shrine in Tokyo in their penthouse office, which costs, by real estates, Tokyo is as expensive as Manhattan or Hong Kong. So like they have like a whole penthouse shrine for the fox goddess. Yeah, there are tons of corporate stories. Like I know like the real black magicians, the top black magicians are not in SEs, right? They are not YouTubers going around fobbing off their stories. They're not flexing on Instagram. Like the real black magicians, they are in the corporate world, they are in the politics, they are backing reforms in the world. Real black magicians are movers and shakers in the world. You just never hear them, their black magic side. Yeah, that there are black magic and spirits are intervening in every part of the corporate world. Like I know there are high end executives that practices black magic rituals. Um, I know there are models, there are actresses, there are actors that practices black magic. I know. Do you hear about the Michael Jackson story? Hey, Aaron, welcome back. Um, so this one got off because Michael Jackson declared bankruptcy afterwards, but in like 1998. So Michael Jackson is known to spend a lot of money on black magic. So one year, yes, the Michael Jackson. This you can Google this story. It was on CNN. It was on Vanity Fair. It was well documented. So I guess in 1998, he spent like 6, 7 digits uh, US dollar on like a quote unquote black magic spell. It's pretty disgusting. It has like all kind of like uh they have to slaughter a cow and have to like bathe in blood or whatever. So it's like crazy shit. And he has to do it in Switzerland or whatever. Um, and he spent like $250,000 in today's money or something. So it's crazy amount of money that he spent. And he was trying to curse like 10 people from Hollywood. He even tried to curse Steven Spielberg or whatnot. Yeah, so I guess that magic didn't work out too well for him because he died in like 6 years, 6, 7 years, quite accidentally, and his life kind of fell apart. So I guess like not all magic are good magic. If he was alive today, he should have contacted me, and I could have set him up for much better outcome. So yeah, you should look it up. So Michael Jackson is known to spend a ton of money on black magic. Aaron 666 said, "Have you had a celebrity buy rituals off you?" Yes, quite a lot. Like well, like I said, I've been doing black magic before. I'm professional black magicians. I'm still doing it for like my friends who are in high places, quote unquote high places. We are a team. I got them there. They help me out from time to time and things like that. The presidential election is coming up, and there are elections all over the world, and there are a lot of black magicians coming out of woodwork and try to back their man or their lady in their way, right? So you expect to see a lot of chaos in this election because black magics are high noon right now. Um, yeah, a lot of celebrities, a lot of actors uses black magic to get where they want, and a lot of the black magic was done behind the scene, right? So like a famous actor may or may not know that black magic was involved for them to get where they are. a lot of black magicians work behind the scenes. Like, for example, if I am like a agent, or if I'm benefiting from, let's say, Nicolas Cage, you know, making a big role, right? Making a lot of money, and I get a percentage of it. I can just cast my magic on Nicolas Cage. I'm just, sorry, I don't mean to defame Nicolas Cage. So, for example, right? Well, let's just call it this guy Nicolas Mage, so we don't infringe on his rights. So Nicolas Mage may or may not know that black magic was used to get him to where he is, but like there are people behind his back that benefits a lot from Nicolas Mage um, having a good career. You know, kind of like Merlin and Arthur, right? King Arthur. King Arthur doesn't use black magic, but he got to where he is because of Merlin's magic, right? You get what I'm saying? Actors wanting bigger roles. Yes, that's true. Like I told you that I am a photographer and a videographer. Of course, I want my girls to be famous. That way, my work could get a bigger profile. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna suck as an actor or model. So, that's a good reason why I don't do that on myself, right? It's kind of like saying, so yeah, if you can make Nicolas Cage famous, why don't you make yourself famous? Well, because maybe some people doesn't want to be famous. Maybe some people doesn't want to be an actor. Like I've worked on sets before, and I can't stand it, right? Like I can't stand being ordered around all day for like 7 days a week, and you have to live in a trailer, and like there are people that are treated way better than you because of the way they're born or whatnot, right? So that's just me, and I'm sure there are a lot of people like that, but they could benefit a lot from their horses winning, right? It's kind of like if you are a producer of a movie and that movie won the Oscar, you don't need to be that person to come up and take the award. In fact, you want to hide, right? So you a lot of black magicians are playing that role as kingmaker, but not being king themselves. And John Dee, right? He was the court astrologer, a court black magician for Queen Elizabeth. Most people have never even heard of him until quite recently, right? He wasn't famous. Now, as among black magicians, we know more about him. But at the time, he wasn't like famous. And all he wants, him and his partner, because his name is like Kelly, like they just wanted to have like money. They wanted to use Enochian magic to find treasures, to find gold bars. Yeah. Just and then they wanted to stay off the spotlight. Like you can ask, so if you're so good with magic, John D, so how come you're not the king? Maybe that's not what they want. Maybe they are more comfortable behind the scenes. Chaka Mario said, yes, like the new season of American Horror Story. That's true. I haven't seen that show before. Maybe if I watch it, I would have give you a better answer. Multi-digital coder said, I see. Multi-digital coder said, can John D be contacted as well for magical wisdom? Yeah, did you miss my story earlier? I'm pretty sure you can evoke John D, but like when right before I started my professional quote unquote career in black magic. So like I didn't wake up one day and decided, oh, I wanted to be a black magician. I just took it day by day, a little bit by little bit, and then it grows, right? So like at the very beginning, John D came to me, and then he just gave me a lecture, and he said, "You need to learn Enochi," and that's it, right? So John D can, if he wants to work with you, can be contacted. But it really depends on if Doctor D wants to work with you. He has very high standard. Well, he has very high standard for discipline, right? Like the kind of guy he is. Like you have to work, right? If you work with somebody like John D, you need to be, you don't need to have your PhD, but you need to have the work attitude and ethics of a scholar. Aaron666 said, people wear all whites in party for rituals. Did you know that? Yeah, sometimes they do. It helps you get in the row, I guess. I think in the beginning I tried that. And so if you are just starting out, it helps if you wear the same thing for your ritual. Like I have my cloak, quote unquote, which is like an old sweater. And I found that in my earlier days, if I wear the same clothes over and over again, like my rituals are more productive and yield better results. And of course, at some point you just grow and grow, you just become more powerful than all the instruments you have, and then you stop doing that. So, Aaron, if you want, you can wear a black robe to do your rituals. Just make sure that it's not made from polyester, because that is highly flammable. So make sure that the costume you wear are fire retarded, because you have a lot of candles and incense going on. You don't want to catch fire. The multi-digital coder said thanks. Says to make sure he's available just like all the other spirits. It makes some sense indeed. You can evoke any spirit you want. You can evoke comic book spirit if you want. I guess like if it is comic book spirit, it is easier to evoke because it's just there. But if you evoke like a live spirit, like they would, you can evoke him. He just won't come, right? Like you can text somebody. Like if I found out Britney Spears' number and I text her, yeah, I can do that. But will she text me back, right? That's that's up to her and your value and your worth to her, right? I guess for me, like John D probably wants me to do something for him. I may have already done it for him. I don't know. Or maybe he set me up on a path where I would do something that would complete a task for him. Maybe in the future. I don't know. Maybe that's why he contacted me. Do you know about the all white clothes party in LA just for celebrities? Not sure, my friend. I don't think I am familiar with that. What kind of celebrities, you know? Multi-digital coder said, thanks for your answer. Oh, you're welcome, my friend. Thanks for asking good questions. So in the turn of the century, there are a lot of movements where like social clubs and whatnot to gather all the elite members of society in the one room. I think they still do that. So I'm not surprised if they are like white clothes party just for celebrities. No Forbes top 100 list or like the top 100 billionaire list or top 40 under 40 list. So I've been told that in the turn of the century, Mrs. Astor in New York have a list of guests that she invite to her elaborate party. It's kind of like Gatsby kind of party, but like she has a large room in New York where she hosts social events, and she only wants the best of society to attend her events, right? So she have this like top 100 list from Mrs. Astor, and people are fighting to get into her list so that they could get invited to her party, and people are also jockeying on her list for up and down, right? So which is kind of like the Forbes list of top 100 billionaires, right? So yeah, so these things do happen. Aaron666 says the elites, you said, yes, in a way. But also the elites, quote unquote, they also have like their own personal uh, agenda, right? So different groups of elites have their own thing going on. So it's not like all the elites top 1 to 10 get into a room, right? Because they all have different agendas. So like, they all have their own team, and they play with their own team, right? So sometimes they gather together and they have a drink, but like those are just funs. I've also been told that there's like a party, like a survival camp or something for like billionaires. I haven't been to that, so unfortunately, I have not yet been invited to one of those events. Maybe, hopefully, in the future. Multi-digital coder said, "Cool short story. Someone once spiritually sent me an SMS. It had no number, just star symbols instead. The message said the person being in front of me was someone I know from the past life, a specific past life which I could confirm. Oh, how did that turn out?" Aaron666 said, "My focus had gotten better on meditating on ritual chant. It's hard sometimes, though, through cause of my disability." Hey, like I keep saying, right? It's only a disability if you call it that way. Sometimes the spirit, like I forgot which spirit, but he told me to push a short side, which is pushing, like, develop yourself through your weakest point, because that will bring you the, and maybe it's a say so for you, uh, it will bring you better results. So yeah, so don't hesitate to just push through your weak side, right? Maybe whatever is on your weak side, a lot of other people are still trying to develop it, right? Uh like if somebody is very good at walking long distances, then he will just be doing that, right? But for the people who has like short of breath and are not very physically fit, he may invent a bicycle to get him to one place and another. In the long run, the guy with the bicycle is going to beat the guy who walks on his two legs all day long, right? What's this say? Necessity is the mother of invention. So yeah, thanks for sharing, multi-digital coder. I keep on having dreams on drop shipping. I think it is a sign. Yeah, make sure that I think you know what you're doing. I think you know much better about what you're doing than I do. Just make sure you pay attention to the shifting dynamics of global shipping and things like that. Yeah, I think you are in a good place to succeed. Multi-digital coder said, "You are very welcome." Oh, thanks. Aaron666 said, "Thank you." Oh, you're welcome, my friend. Oh, wow. So we are on 2 hours and 37 minutes. So we're doing pretty good on this live stream. I thought nobody would come because of Father's Day, but we have a good discussion going on here. Aaron666 said, "I'm always supporting you." Oh, thank you, my friend. I'm glad you're here. So yeah, so we should probably call this an end in about, I guess, like 2-3 minutes. If somebody wants to share something, they're always welcome to share. If we got another good discussion going on, I don't mind staying, but I think we are all a bit tired. So if you have something good to share in the 2-3 minutes, please do so. If you have a question to ask, please do so right now. I know it doesn't pop up right away. I think there's a little lag on YouTube. So if you wrote something and you send it, it may take a minute to show up on the live stream. So start writing now if you have something to say. Elegant Rosa said, Yes, hello to Dion. Hello, Elegant Roses. How are you? Have we met before, Elegant Roses? Just checking because sometimes people have different IDs on different platforms. Yeah, and if you have been here for a long time, feel free to come and say hi so I know you have been here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask about Black Magic or not so Black Magic. If you want travel tips to Vegas or Boston or New York, about the economy, about the Celtics game. I haven't played already, but I think we're one game away from winning the championship. But just as anything Boston sports, I know we will find a way to lose. Hopefully not this time. Elegant Rosa said, Dion, you're the best. Your work is amazing. Yes, I'm loving the lipstick and my snake tattoo. Oh, you're welcome, my friend. I know who you are now. Thank you for stopping by. Glad you're here. And if you screw up earlier, we started the live stream with a hypnosis session on wishing well. So it's a good, you may or may not fit what you want right now, but it's a good way to get a brain massage. Get it nice and relaxed if you want. Tanya J said, thanks a lot, Dion. Have a good day. Thanks for being here, Tanya. Glad you're able to join us. FGFG said, thanks for sharing tonight as always, Dion. Thank you for being here. Hey, Dixie Wilmer on IG. I think you just came on the very last minute on our live stream. Multi-digital coder said, yes, thanks. It was nice. Oh, thank you for being here. So give it another 1 minute. If there are no other questions, we will call it a day and have a good Father's Day. Enjoy your brunch. Hopefully your father will pay for your dinner today. This is the best part. I guess the best part of Father's Day is have your father pay for your dinner. I mean, it will be disrespectful to pay for your father's dinner, right? So yeah, you want the father to feel like a man, to feel like the alpha. So be a good kid and let your father pay for your dinner today. Elegant Rosa said, see your work changes lives, and I will check it out from the beginning. Oh, thanks for being here, Ashley. Thanks for being here, Elegant Roses. So glad you're able to join us. Do you know the lottery numbers? Yes. I know the winning lottery number from last night, but I guess that is a little bit late. Chakra Mario said, oh, have him cook the dinner. Yes, that's true. And you respect him so much that you let him buy the groceries. All right. Elegant Roses is laughing. Yes. FGFG said, I paid for dinner tonight. Okay, you're a good kid. All right. So thanks for joining us. People come in later. Thanks for being here. I think we are breaking a record today. I think we went on for 2 hours, 42 minutes. So this is the longest live stream. And we have good discussion, not just that air. So this is a good thing. I'm very happy that you're able to join us. Thank you, FGFG, Tanya J, Michelle, Aaron, for always being here for me, Chaka Mario, Multi-Digital Coder, Elegant Roses, and on IG, Nicole, if you're still there, Dexy Wilmer, and Foxy, and all the good people there who joined me today. So have a good Father's Day, and it's going to get really hot. And Michelle, thanks for being here. Thanks for always being here for me from start to finish. I'm glad you're here, able to join us. Oh, quick updates. Archangel Hanaya has blessed me with a new love. Oh, really? Hey, we have time for this. Please share with us, Elegant Roses. Can I tell? I guess can I tell everybody here that I have work with you with Archangel Hanaya. See you next week, my friend. Please, Elegant Roses, share the story. So great. I love to hear this. This is a success story. Um, yes, elegant roses. Now you have to share the story. You can't just tease us with like a line here. So Archangel Hanayel, if I haven't heard talk about her, or you never met her. So she is like I guess like my patron for love spell now. Like she's an archangel of love and Venus, and she is wise beyond eternity. Like she always come up with the best solution um, for any situation. Um, like sometimes people come to me. So love spells are never really love spells. Like in my mind, love spell is like two people get together, get together, have dinner, have fun, and then they fall in love and live happily ever after. But most of the time, people come to me with love spell are like very complicated, intertwined stories that involves the well-being for many parties. And Hanaya has always impressed me to find the best solutions for any love matters and a long-term solution for that matter. And I, for myself, could never have thought of any solutions like that. And Hanaya could just do it with ease and so much wisdom in it. So elegant, Rosa says. So I originally asked you to help me stop my divorce. Elegant Rosa said, the man I met has all the characteristics I was looking for. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Who did you say the archangel was? Her name is Hanayel. You can read it off Elegant Rosa's comments. So it's Archangel Hanayel. Elegant Rosa said, I asked you for help to originally stop my divorce with my ex, but this new guy meets all my heart's and soul's desire. Oh, wow, that's great. That's good story to tell, my friend. So it's good story for Hanayel. I think yeah. So this good advertisement for Hanayel too. Like she wants to help more people. Um, I think this is a good story that you're telling, Elegant Roses. And Hanayel had come through with a lot of these miracles for a lot of my clients. You need to be patient. You need to work on yourself. You need to learn to love. That's the free word that she gave me and all my clients is learn to love, right? Um, and Elegant Roses, I think you did well, to get over a emotional bump and to not fall into a trap of like painful obsession to just one monolithic outcome. You allow the angels to come in and help you, like, and then you gave room for them to intervene, and you change yourself and you work on yourself to meet these new challenges, and now you are at a better place, right? And Elegant Roses, you are also at a much better place, right? Like you find yourself having a much higher quality of life working ever since Hanayao is part of your life, right? Elegant Roses said, this angel is the real deal. Archangel protects you from false love. That's true. I won't say false love, right? But like it helps you understand that what you're experiencing is just a lesson and when to let go, to connect your emotions with the right thoughts, help you let go and help you move on, right? Like she works in such wisdom that I cannot I cannot use my words and language to describe, Like I think I'm smart, but I'm never as smart as an angel or a demon. They are way ahead of me. So I'm so happy that things are working out for you, Elegant Roses. Good testimonial to the Archangel. And I think there's also a good testimonial on how it works, right? Like your new love doesn't just pop up into your life 2 days after we did the spell, right? And the spell didn't force your ex to change his mind. It doesn't force, manipulate people to love you. Everything just happened so naturally. And you are able to capitalize on the opportunities, right? So kudos to you too. You know, I think there's so much people need to learn after they cast the spell, to a point that I think like we are overemphasizing on what ritual to perform or which spirit to evoke, right? The magic happens after you did the ritual. And if you're able to be in sync with the wishes and the will of these angels and demons and spirits. And Elegant Roses here has proven to us through hard work and sensible, attitude and emotional work on her part. I can tell you have also done a lot of work on yourself to overcome a lot of emotional bump to get to where you are right now. Elegant Rosa said, "There is no way I would look back with the blessings and my new partner." Elegant Rosa said, "Yes, how you describe it is exactly how the process works." That's great. That's great. I need you to write me a long testimonial, Elegant Roses. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sharing your story, my friend. And thank you so much for taking this seriously and actually working with the spirits. Like I know a lot of my clients, no matter how much money they pay, like they weren't taking it seriously, and then when the opportunity comes, it just flew by them. But you're different, and you work hard, and you have the right attitude, and you were able to capitalize on the opportunities when they present yourself. And it is a testament of, like, you doing so well is a testament on black magic working and the angels are working. And a lot of people hesitate to work with angels because they thought that the it's going to be slow, and they thought that it's going to take a long time to manifest. But like my answer to that is like, why do you care how long does it take to manifest? As long as the manifestation is good, right? And this is a long term good results that you can walk away with, and you can enjoy this result for many years to come. And if this opportunity were to manifest immediately after we did the spell, right, it probably wouldn't work out this well, right? Elegant Roses. Like if this gentleman were to come into your life right after we did the spell, it wouldn't turn out as good, right? Because you would still have to overcome some, you know, emotional baggages. Not just you, right? But for let's just say, for somebody in your situation, like if you just got over a bad breakup, or if somebody just got over a bad breakup, or if they are in a financial mess, and if the right girl shows up, she's going to find you in a mess and unable to do anything, and then she'll walk away, right? So when you're ready, it's going to manifest. Your wish will manifest. So yeah, thank you for stepping in and share with us this great story. I'm very happy you're here, and thank you for sharing with us. And not just us, right? Like, I'm sure that there will be other people coming in on later date and listen to this live recording, and it will help them to overcome whatever trouble that they're in, and help them focus on the path of manifesting, and show them how to be patient and work on themselves in the meanwhile, and not give up on the process. And you have the right attitude moving forward. And then, by sharing your story, you're also helping a lot of people in the future, right? Maybe 2 or 3 years from now, I may or may not be here, but some people would stumble up on this podcast or this live stream, hear your story, and then they're going to find the courage, and they're going to find the know-how. They found that your story resonate with them, and then they're going to make the best out of it, and then they're going to find themselves in a high quality of life, being with the best possible partner that they can be with. Elegant Rosa said, I will have a testimony for Lucifer as well. See, the spirits know better than us. I was still hurt over my ex and hoping for change, so I could not have appreciated this guy if it worked right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The spirit do knows a lot better than us. Like they work in such a wisdom, and like looking back on how they intervene with us, you can learn their way, and you can see how much wiser they're with us. In the middle of something, you just feel like everything is chaotic. Like, why is nobody talking to me? Why is my friends hanging up on me? Why don't I have any money or whatnot? But like looking back of all the struggles you have, you realize that these spirits have intervened uh, right at the moments that they do, and then their intervention is so much wiser than we give them credit for at the time. FGFG said, great story. Yes, I agree with you. Elegant Rosa said, I would advise people to respect both demons and angels. Yes, that's true. Chaka Mario said, yes, there was a contradiction with my manifestation before I see movement. That's true. Sometimes it's not a contradiction. It happens for a reason. You just have to extrapolate the wisdom from it, right? You can have contradicting position, but then they're also doing the same thing, right? Like you need buses to go different directions, right? Or else it's just going to take you to one location and you can never go back, right? So like sometimes you need things to happen both ways. So it may or may not be a contradiction. You get what I'm saying? And thanks for sharing your success story too, Chaka Mario. Hey, great story. So wow, this discussion. So yeah, so we are at 2 hour 57 minutes, 58 minutes now. So we're approaching 3 hours. So yeah, so this is actually the best live stream ever. So we have good stories, we have good discussion. It's long enough for 3 hours. Um, in the beginning, I didn't think any people would show up because it's Father's Day, but people start showing in, and people are sharing. That's great, and hopefully more people will come into this recording later on, and they will hear these stories. And whatever they may or may not be working with me. They may or not be, but they may or may not know what black magic is about. But like or maybe they've read Aleister Crowley, they've read the Key of Solomon, and then they don't resonate with those ancient writings. But like when they hear this live stream, they're gonna hear this and they'll say, "Hey, I got this. It could happen to me, or it is happening to me. Maybe the spell is working. I don't see dragons flying around. I don't see like monsters in my room, but things are manifesting. So black magic is working for me." Elegant Rosa said, "Get work with Dion because he's a blessing and he makes sure the work you get done is for your best interest." Yes, thank you, Elegant Roses. I want to make sure that the best possible outcome, people get to enjoy the best possible outcome and higher quality of life in every aspect. Thank you for being here and thank you for sharing. FGFG said, "Thanks for tonight. So many good sharings tonight." Yes, thank you. Thank you for being here, always being here. All right, so I was waiting to clock to take over 3 hours points. So that's great. So we have managed to I won't say kill 3 hours. We have managed a 3-hour live stream. So this is a new record. Very happy that we are able to come to this monumental point. So we'll give it another 2 minutes. 2 minutes. It's like football. This is the 2-minute warning. So I know it's going to take like a minute for messages to come into my view. The last time I gave a 2-minute warning, it pays out pretty good. The last time I gave a 2-minute warning, Elegant Roses was able to fit in his story. So, we are going to give another 2-minute warning here. So if you have any last thing to share, please feel free to do so. Remember, it's going to be a very hot week in the United States. Stay hydrated, drink a lot of water, stay cool. Try to stay indoor. So Tiny J said, "Thanks, glad to know. A lot of good stories." Elegant Rosa said, "Have a good, beautiful Sunday, everyone." All right, so with that, we can end this stream on a high note. Thank you for everybody being here. Thank you so much for all of you who spent the last 3 hours with me, especially for those of you who have been supporting this live stream from the beginning to the end every week. So very happy that you're here. Thanks for the night, Dion. Thanks for being here, FGFG. Okay, hey, okay, you came right at the end. Yes, you did. That's the longest stream ever. Multi-digital coder said, "You are super duper welcome. Thanks for blessing to you all." Elegant Roses said, "I have to give thanks to Lucifer as well. He is amazing." Ditto, thank you, Lucifer, for helping us, for giving me an opportunity to invoke you to help other people. And thanks, Lucifer, for helping Elegant Roses here for all that she able to enjoy. And thank you for continuing helping us, for myself and my clients and everybody who are, not actually clients, but, who are here. Thank you for blessing us with your wisdom. FGFG said, "Have a good Sunday and some good coffee." Okay said, "Have blessings to you, Dion. I hope I receive blessings from you because I've been feeling negative lately. Blessings to you, my friend. I'm sending you good energy." Thank you, powers of black magic all together. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. So on that note, I'm ending this live stream. See you guys next week, my friends. See you guys next week, every Sunday, 10 a.m. EST.